Hey, this is Chuck from Montauk Metalworks. It is a beautiful fall morning. I'm up in New England and I'm doing what I love best, which is rescuing another E-Type. And you can see that this one here is just as found. It's still in the garage with the stuff piled around it with flat tires and all kinds of junk. And we are gonna unearth it and get it out of here. And the trailer is right behind the cameraman. And you know, this can really be a lot of fun seeing what's the actual condition, what's the story, what kind of extra parts are here, what's missing, what's broken. So that's pretty much it. Here's how we found it. Let's get into it. All right, we're starting to move some stuff and we've got a little walkway here. You can see the car has a Webasto sunroof in it and the vinyl's off, but the rest of it's kind of still there. And we still got stuff piled up here. We've got some extra wings and some bonnet pieces, and we're just one by one pulling everything off and seeing how we're gonna attack this. Take a quick shot of the inside. Oh, this looks great. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere. I got air in all 4 tires and they are holding, which usually is the case because the tubes are made out of a good quality rubber. What usually happens is the tires rot and then the tubes will pop out through cracks in the tires. But we're all complete up here. We still got the carbs and there's the air cleaner there and everything. That looks like it's going pretty good. And then we've got a lot of parts cleared out. You can see we've got the original bonnet here. And then there's a spare center section here. And if we come out front, we've already started to put a bunch of stuff out in the yard here, which will go into the trailer after we get the car in there. And we've got some spare wings and for the front and the back. And there's the fuel tank. And so I imagine that bonnet up against the wall is not going to look too pretty, but we will soon find out. Okay, we've got the trailer lined up and we have got the winch hooked up here. Unfortunately, and as usual, the rear wheels are locked up. So we are hooked down here to the half shafts and we are going to start out dragging. If you're real lucky, the rear wheels will break loose, but they usually don't. Usually it's the front wheels that will break loose, and these front wheels are already turning. So just like the last one and a couple before that, we're probably gonna have to drag it in to the trailer. So that is coming next. Hopefully. Okay, we're getting there. And as you can see, we're dragging and we drug the last one in. So it's pretty par for the course. But we're out here, we're starting to see the car a little more. There's plenty of rust down there. And you can see where, I don't know, might have some fiberglass in there. And usually it's repairs that rust even worse than original. So this is very typical of what we see in the Northeast US. But again, all of that gets replaced on all of these cars anyway. So here's the front, and the front wheels are spinning and the rear wheels are not. And looks like we've had some critters in here, also very common.
Cats and squirrels.
Cats and squirrels, wonderful. We will clean that all up when we get her back home. So here's the bonnet over here. We haven't even started to look at that. Nose down. Hopefully it's not too bad. This looks like maybe a new old stock. Center section there and a boot floor. So all in all, looks like a pretty good little project. All right, we're still getting there. We're over the hump, and part of a little ramp solution we had was that piece of plywood, and it's now sliding with that. So hey, whatever works. But she's on her way in. Okay, she is in, and there's the bonnet, and that is also in. I've still got to strap the bonnet down. The bonnet looks, I guess it looks a little better than I expected, but she's pretty much had it. You can see the lower valance is gone here, and then we've got real bad problems up in this seam, and that again is very typical for the New England area. Lots of salt on the roads. This car has probably been off the road since the 80s, but they rusted quick, especially when they were just being used as a regular car. But here she is strapped down, and we are going to go ahead and load up all of the stuff now. And see if this opens. Yep. Take another look inside here for a minute. Oh, look at this. This is the radio that I need for the red car. Yes, perfect. Okay, I'm all packed up. She's in there and I'm ready to go home. And I'll tell you, this is one of the first times I wasn't in any rush to get home, because this is just a beautiful little town. I picked up the car down that road there 1 block. I mean, I can still see part of the house where I got it. And then right here is the hotel where I stayed last night. And then down here is a really cool waterfront restaurant where I just had a hamburger. And here is the river. This is a beautiful little town. And I had a great dinner last night up this street here. It's just a bunch of nice little restaurants, and I've had a really great time here just rescuing this car, and now I'm gonna head home. Okay, here is the as found video. I am gonna wash this off and clean it up and just kind of give people an idea of what they'll be getting. But it does have a few little modifications on it. It's got the headers on it. And it actually has a spin-on oil filter. I might pull that off of there because the original canister is in here. So I might pull that off of there and just set it on the shelf. The interior, of course, it's very sunny in here because of the sunroof that is in there. It's not open, but the vinyl's not there, and all that's there is kind of this little perforated thing. So there you go. What it looks like in there. Doesn't look too bad. The back actually looked pretty good. This will all get replaced, but all the luggage strips are there and everything. The rear hatch glass is in good shape, and the rear hatch looks to be in very good shape. And overall, I just think this is going to be a great project car for somebody. I'd like to see the sunroof stay in it. See, it's got some floor issues, as usual. Yeah, so there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and clean her up, get the bonnet on. There's the bonnet over here. You can see here somebody grabbed this thing with some kind of strap and gave it a yank. Just like the things people do to these cars just never cease to amaze me. So there she is. So time for a washing.